Why are we telling ourselves that we need to just do one thing when I feel like there are 40 million amazing things that we could be doing with our time? Variety is the spice of life, and I want to keep my life as spicy as possible. So do you ever have this feeling where you have a million different interests, you have a million different hobbies or career paths? You want to do photography, you want to do filmmaking, you want to do a dog grooming business, you want to be an actor, and there's just not enough time in the day to do all of them at the same time. And you feel like you've come to this standstill though, that maybe you should zoom into one thing and kind of throw out the rest. I'm kind of going through that myself, and I wanted to make this video for you to give ourselves permission to be multi-talented and multi-passionate creators. In fact, I think that being multi-passionate could be a superpower. Let me explain. So I've been doing this YouTube channel for almost 8 years now. I haven't stuck to one topic on this channel because I have a ton of different interests, and I want that to be reflected in my channel. And I don't want to throw myself into my own box. I have been multi-passionate for as long as I can think of, and I have struggled with really embracing it for a lot of my life, honestly. Because we're constantly told in this world, and on social media in particular, that to focus in on one thing is how you build your subscriber count, or that's how you get likes and comments. And you'll build a following quicker, you'll build a community quicker, and there is some truth to that. So you've probably seen a ton of these videos on YouTube where the creator is very successful, millions of subscribers and all, but then they're like, I'm not happy and I'm going to leave YouTube. And almost all of these videos are because these creators are burnt out of doing the same thing over and over and over again, and they want more variety. They've created their own little bubble, their own box, and they just want to break free. This is why I'm making this video, because I don't want you to go through that. I don't want myself to go through that. And there's ways to get around that. I don't want to do the same thing over and over again. I don't want to do a video just because I know it'll do well in the algorithm, which I have done on this channel, but I try not to do that. I want to make videos and art that resonates with a wider audience, that maybe teaches people things or entertains them. And also, I want to have fun in the process. All the videos that I make are about topics and things that I'm genuinely obsessed with. And that, I feel like, is the niche. It's not the products that we're talking about. It's not the subject that we're talking about in our videos. I think it's really us as the creator. And I think there's ways to be a successful creator without boxing ourselves into just covering one subject or just doing one thing with the rest of our life. I don't think we were put on this planet to just do one thing. What's the dog's name?
Daisy.
Aw, hey Daisy. In my opinion, if we're doing a bunch of things that we're passionate about or genuinely interested in, we're gonna feel recharged. Like every time I do something that I love, I feel alive. I feel like this is what I need to do, not just want to do. This is what I need to do. So some of the things that I'm really passionate about are photography, obviously content creation. I make music as well. Check out my music link down below. I also love entertaining people, I guess. Like I like kind of performing and being a total psychotic weirdo on camera, apparently. But there's also things off camera that I don't show that I want to show on this channel. For example, one of the things that I've been doing recently is taking improv classes. And there's something about that creative process when doing improv where I feel super alive and I feel super focused. But then there's that voice inside that's like, but would this be good content? No, you shouldn't make a video about that. What does that have to do with Apple products or photography or fashion? That's another thing I love, is fashion. I love personal style. And I've been throwing more of that kind of content into my channel recently, so I hope you've been enjoying that stuff. And at the end of the day, I feel like I'm being my full authentic self when I do multiple things. When I embrace the fact that I have multiple passions. It's totally okay if you do. There's nothing wrong with you. As the world, I feel like, kind of makes us feel. And I want you to think about, like, what are you genuinely interested in? What makes you feel like life is spicy as hell? Comment down below with your answers. Like, what are your multiple passions, and how can you make the time to honor all of that, to authentically feel like these are the things that I need to do in my life? What sparks joy for you? I feel like it's an idealistic type of conundrum, right? We want to do all of the things at the same time, but we also need to eat. We also need to pay our bills. And sometimes being multi-passionate can go against all of that kind of mentality. Because the way YouTube and other social media platforms work, they are designed to keep the viewer engaged. And the algorithm is trying to predict what the viewer wants so that they can get more view time, so that they can make more advertising money. And since these algorithms are designed to favor predictability, when you have multiple interests, post, if you're doing cooking videos, and then all of a sudden you make a video about Star Wars or something, the algorithm is going to be very confused. And in fact, you can probably confuse a lot of your audience as well. If they subscribe to your channels for the Star Wars stuff, they're going to be like, why the hell are you making a cooking video? So covering multiple topics on your YouTube channel may not be the best if you're trying to grow your channel like super quickly. But I don't know, I've been at it for 7 years and my channel's now at 26,000 subscribers while making content about whatever the hell that I want. And I feel like I would be lying to myself and also you, my audience, if I just did what the algorithm wanted me to do. Oof, I'm starting to sweat through this shirt. I thought these Uniqlo Airism shirts were supposed to let air through, but I feel like it's trapping them in. So if you picked one topic for your YouTube channel and then just stuck to Apple products or whatever, your channel would probably grow. You do the right thumbnails, you do the right keywords and descriptions, you be consistent about your one topic, your one niche that you're covering. The YouTube algorithm is going to love that. More people will see your content, more people will probably subscribe quicker because they know you for just making that one type of content. But the downside of this is once people know you for that one type of content, you might get bored of it and you feel like you've boxed yourself in. You've done exactly what you didn't want yourself to do. Like if you were working a 9-to-5 job at an office that you didn't like, you've kind of created that box for yourself. That's one of the hugest superpowers of not sticking to one subject on your YouTube channel or not just doing one thing for the rest of your life and embracing this idea of being multi-passionate. You're not creating one box for yourself, a tiny little thing where you can only talk about one thing and only explore one thing. You're creating a gigantic box. In fact, I think it's a limitless box where you feel free to just do whatever the hell you want. You're free of that like expectation of the outside world that I definitely feel, and maybe you can relate to this as well, where we think other people want to see just one thing from us. But when you set up the framework for your YouTube channel or just your life in general to embrace multiple topics, you do whatever you want. People know you for being a multi-talented or multi-passionate person. That becomes your niche. You become the niche, and that's what people subscribe to your channel for. It's definitely scary because it feels risky. You know, we want to be successful creators. We want to do the things that will support us financially, emotionally, all that stuff. I feel like that little capitalist devil on our shoulder is always telling us not to do this. It's always saying, just do one thing. What do you want to be when you grow up? They don't ask you like, what 10 things do you want to be when you grow up when you're a kid? I feel like they should, but they definitely don't. So even when we're a kid, we're trying to figure out what is this one thing that I'm passionate about? And when you go to college, what is your one major? What is your one main interest? I remember even when I was in college, I had multiple interests and I kind of rejected just doing one thing. I went to school for graphic design, but I also took like art history classes, but I was also interested in helping people. So I took a social work class, and that to me was eye-opening in a way, because like you're doing multiple things that you're interested in and you're exercising this privilege, which is really what it is, of doing whatever the hell you want, but doing it in a structured way, putting 100% of our time and energy into each thing at a time. So I could focus on my photography skills for a while if I wanted to, or I could just create music for a while. And then I got into fashion and I was like, wait a minute, this is something that I'm definitely interested in as well. I tried to make my own clothes. I got hyper focused on like carving out this new all black wardrobe that you've been seeing on my channel recently. And as a result of just doing whatever the hell I want and taking advantage of that privilege of freedom, really, I feel like I'm being myself. I feel like I'm giving myself that gift of variety, being spicy with life, and making it my superpower where I don't have that box that I have to live up to for anyone else or even for myself. Life is so much more than pleasing the algorithm 24/7. We have to please ourselves, which sounds hilarious now that I say that out loud, but y'all know what I'm talking about. We have to love ourselves, and that's how I feel like we love each other. Doing what you want in life isn't being selfish, especially if you're doing something that you know could help other people or even entertain them or educate them. Life is so much more than having a certain amount of subscribers or likes and comments. At the end of the day, we have to be happy with who we are and the things that we are producing in this world and sharing with this world. At least for me, that's what gives me the confidence and happiness and joy that sustains me in my creative practice, but also in my life. Someone passing me on the street just told me I look like a ninja. And just remember, being multi-passionate and living your life with conviction, I feel like that is the spiciest thing that we could do. That is the salsa on your taco. That is the sriracha in your pho. Keep things spicy. Life is a constant evolution. I don't think we ever stay the same exact person. Do everything that you want to do and don't let anyone else tell you, you shouldn't do that, just focus on one thing. They're crazy and they're probably a little jealous. Okay, maybe, I don't know. And if you made it all the way to the end of this video, leave a pineapple emoji in the comments down below. Thanks for watching, and I will see you in the next video.